What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 617, Return of the God. Now, when I look at this title for the chapter, I feel like it applies to two things. Obviously, you know, Mimi Hagi-sama returning up to the Soul King Palace via Ukitake being the replacement Soul King, so the right-handed God has returned. And then when I saw the picture or the color page for Aizen, I thought this can apply to him, the return of the gods, because he wanted to be God. He's known as the Troll King God, whatever you want to call him, but in regards, he is kind of a pseudo god of Bleach, so that this chapter kind of announces his official return. So I feel like that chapter title was applying to two things in my opinion. And speaking of the color page, I feel like Kubo has trolled us again regarding Ukitake. Last week's chapter seemed like, you know, his inevitable end was going to happen, and I believed Ukitake was going to get the color page for this week, you know, to go along with his death like we've seen in the past for other characters. But instead we got Aizen, and I was just like, well played, Kubo, you've trolled us again. The Byakuya death, you know, was a brilliant troll which he did back then. And this is just another one. Ukitake is still alive for the moment, and his position as the Soul King is actually only temporary replacement. So I'm just, you know, obviously laughing because Kubo loves doing this, and I still think like he even kind of tricked us again in this chapter when, you know, the Mimi Hagi-sama, the right-handed god, actually shot up to the Soul King Palace out of Ukitake's head. I thought Ukitake was decapitated, or his head was gone, but everyone is saying that he's still alive, so maybe there's hope he can actually live and we could see his Bankai, who knows, but we'll have to see. But going on, you know, the basically that topic of the right-handed god suiting up, Yhwach got trolled so hard in this chapter. His face and realization was so enjoyable to watch. There was no hiding it. He did not know this was going to happen, and his realization when he realized the almighty, all future seeing powers failed to see this, and he was in disarray, and he just couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, Soul King's right hand, you decided to come and help. Were you sympathetic to this protecting Soul Society all this time? Why do you get in my way? And you could tell he was so smug. He's like, Ichigo, you've ruined everything, and he didn't see this. And what was interesting is how weird it is that the Soul King's right hand is considered and is actually, you know, a completely separate being from the Soul King. And as I said, Yhwach was speaking to it as two separate entities, so that was interesting to see. So maybe we're going to see more other limbs of the Soul King and what they do or what they protect. Maybe that will be revealed later. But as I said, seeing Yhwach get trolled like that was enjoyable. Now, another kind of trolling I would say was Urahara. He doesn't know what's going on in this chapter. This is the first time we've seen that, where something is happening or something has been shown to them and he doesn't know what it is or how it's happening, and he's just completely out of the lurch, and it is great because, you know, he's always seems to be 2 steps ahead, but this is the first time we're seeing kind of genuine shock on his face, and this was highlighted very well when Soifon deduced that Ukitake's situation of, you know, stabilizing the world is only temporary as long as he's alive. So when Soifon asked Urahara, sorry, he said, I don't know what's going on. He's like, I don't know, maybe this is temporary, but whatever it is, we need to find an alternative solution to stabilize the world and replace the Soul King. And as I said, the situations are never comfortable right now in Bleach, where you think the situations be resolved, it's comfortable for now, the world's stability is fine for now, and then we have the problems of the doors not being able to form when, you know, all the Shinigami left are trying to use their Ryatsu. And this is due to the fact that Ukitake sacrificed himself and no longer can provide these Ryatsu. So Nonoa was losing it. She's like, whoa, what are we gonna do? We're 1 captain down, we haven't got enough Ryatsu. and the visors show up in their Shihak shows, and along with Lisa was nice, where she was calming her down, and I was thinking, oh, they look like twins. And then to top it all off, Mayuri returns in the most nonchalant way to save the day, and his dialogue was so hilarious. He's like, oh, I just popped in as I heard there was a gathering, and he's like, look at what you've done to my lab. And he's like, if you needed a large amount of Ryatsu, why not just use my Ryatsu amplifier? And Uraha is just like, you know, completely like gobstruck. He just doesn't know what to say. He's like, well, you could have told us about this. And then just like that, the door is formed and they're ready to make their way to the Sulking Palace, so hopefully that will happen soon. Now the chapter, I'd say obviously the major other highlight was focusing on Aizen, and it's crazy that he's so completely sealed up, as we saw in the color page which showed it more, you know, like the red beams of poking out of him and the complete black harnessing. He's been sealed off for 2 years, and it's like imagine everything's just been sealed off. You can't move, speak, or anything, and that must be some sort of torture. And he had what, another 19,998 years to go, so that's torture. And it's kind of good that this chapter showed us what Koryaku was meeting up with Central 46 for. It was to get the keys for Aizen's seal so we can speak to him. And we assume at this point Aizen is sealed off. Koryaku has said he can only use 3 keys to unlock his thing. And I thought, okay, that seems legit. But we later realized that Aizen actually might have been just pretending that he can't communicate with Ryatsu. And Koryaku has released his mouth and he's like, oh, you can talk now, seeing as it was you seem to have trouble speaking or communicating with Ryatsu. And before he's realized, Aizen is like, yeah, it was hard. And Koryaku has just realized, like, oh crap, how did he do that? And Aizen's come out of the shadows, and not only is his mouth being sealed, taken off, both his eyes and noses unsealed. So where I'm sitting there thinking, oh crap, the troll is back, and it is no joke, he is back in business to troll, and he's already made his first mark of trolling in his triumphant return on the Koryaku. And I'm just sitting there laughing, thinking Aizen actually might be the real villain or the real troll. We all thought Yhwach was a good troll, but the real king of trolling or the real god of trolling is Aizen, and he's back to do his business again. So I'm interested to see what he's gonna do. But there's one problem I want to know is, how did Aizen speak to Yhwach before if he was sealed off completely? Did Yhwach like take off his thing and then Aizen was just sitting there pretending? That's one thing I'd like to know. Maybe it's just something that Kubo overlooked, but either way, love this chapter. Everything was just literally troll central with this chapter today, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So the world ending has been averted for now. Aizen is back in business, Yhwach has been trolled, and everything seems to be going on according to plan. Now we just have to wait and see what Aizen is going to do. Hopefully the Shinigami are going to make their way up to the Sulking Palace, and we'll see what Ichigo is going to do now that, you know, the world is kind of okay for now. So as I said, very good chapter, a lot of trolling from Kubo. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. So you guys know the usual. If you enjoyed this chapter, let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Take care.